Hey guys, Rodeo WN here. Excuse me, I'm still suffering from flu. I had quite a bad bout of it. Anyway, this is me truck that I am in the process of building. Now, I'm keeping it very simple as is needed for what I'm creating. Now, I want two gears on it, one which is a normal driving gear and one which is a very slow reversing the trailer parking up gear, and I've got that operating here with the this little mechanism at the moment to slide the pin across. Now the thing with this is that I'm keeping the gearbox as flat as possible because I know the trailer has got to come on here onto a slot to connect up. So all this mechanism will be up in the cab at the front. It'll all be built up. I just wanted to show you the steering that I've done. It's almost Ackerman type. It's like semi-Ackerman because of the way I've pivoted it. I've pivoted it inside the wheel hubs, and also there's then a shaft coming through onto a cross pin, which then pivots on here for the drive. And I've also driven through a clutch gear here. And I'll show you that by showing it you on the steering here. As I steer the steering wheel, I can do this with one hand. You can see how that operates no problem at all. And when it gets to the end of its drive, the actual clutch slips instead of driving. But if you look at the wheel geometry, you can see that the inner wheel actually turns sharper than the outer wheel, which is what I was trying to aim for. It's not a lot, I would like it to be more, but because of the way that this shaft goes across at an angle when it actually operates, it does create more of a turn on the inner wheel than the outer one. And I'll try and show you that in action if I possibly can, if I position this in the right way. Very controllable, just what I needed. It doesn't have return to centre because I'll be wanting to do very fine manoeuvres with it, enabling it to park up exactly where I want it to. The way I've got this operating at the moment is I'm using a remote control. I've done it in a gun style, put a handle on the bottom of it and connected up to it in this way, so that as I operate the actual I'll just put my foot on that to hold it. As I operate the steering one way or the other, it operates the lever, as you can see, and I can very accurately position the wheels where I want them to because I've geared it down enough to make it slow. It doesn't snap from one side to the other, which is something that I wasn't wanting to happen because of the control of the truck. The drive forwards and backwards is done off a lever underneath, which operates with my finger between the two pins, so it's like pull back to go and push forward for reverse. So that's where I'm up to at the moment. Anyway, here, as you can see, is my mechanism for changing the gears. I've managed to position everything half a pin across, half a peg across, using the spacers on the little axles. It was a bit awkward, but managed it in the end to give me a nice solid mounting for the rotating red lever that changes the gear. Now, like I say, keeping this as flat as possible here. This gear will be lower down, and I'll power it from back here so that it can actually change the gear. I might just leave it manual at the moment. When I go to the lower gear at the moment, it'll just give you an example of how slow it is. That's my slow reversing gear that I've got there. So you can see that it is a very slow controllable gear, which will be ideal for when I'm reversing a trailer into a tight area. So there you go. That's where I'm up to at the moment, just so you get an idea of what I've been playing at. This has been made numerous times, taken apart, made again, taken apart, etc. It is just a test bed at the moment. I can show you how it's a test bed. It all just easily just pops apart very quickly. I've got 4 pins either side that I just pull out. The reason I did it in this way was because as I'm working on it, I've been working i.e. on the gearbox, which is this section, and on the steering, which I'd prior made before I got onto the gearbox, because I'll tackle the steering first. I like making things in sections, deal with one problem at once. If you try making the whole thing, you end up with problems. So what I've done is just put this together bit by bit, and then you can work out how to fit everything together afterwards. It'll be changed again before it's finished, numerous times no doubt. You've all been down that road, but anyway, there you go.